Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Mind's Eye. Thank you all for tuning in. So, I wanted to celebrate Christmas on the channel here, and I figured that the best way to do that would be to share with you my top 10 favorite Christmas songs of all time. Christmas has always been my favorite holiday, one of my favorite times of the year. It's as far back as I can remember, just a time of the year that I've always loved and enjoyed. When I was younger, I sure liked Christmas music an awful lot. And to this day, I find Christmas music to be quite enjoyable for the most part. I think, again, it depends what kind of Christmas music we're talking about. The classics, such as your Bing Crosby's and Andy Williams, and what decade would that have been? Like your 40s and 50s, I think is great. I love listening to that. Instrumental Christmas music I tend to really enjoy as well. And your more traditional tracks, which you'll see my top 10 is pretty much all traditional Christmas songs. I am not a fan of a lot of this more contemporary stuff, like your Mariah Carey's. I can't stand that song. Last Christmas is my least favorite Christmas song of all time. For one, because it's played like every 7 minutes on the radio, and for two, because it's like a dumb Taylor Swift breakup song that happened to take place last Christmas. So other than that, it doesn't really seem to have much to do with the holiday or with Jesus Christ or with Santa or anything that would be fitting of Christmas. It kind of reminds me of like one of those dumb Hallmark movies set to songs. So I don't like that song at all. No offense if any of you out there happen to love it, but that song is just not for me. All the songs in my top 10 are well-known traditional Christmas songs. I do want to give a quick shout out to 3 original Christmas tunes that were written within the last 20 years. Yep, all of these are within the last 20 years. From artists that I quite like who have some pretty good Christmas music. I'm not always the biggest fan, actually, of rock or metal Christmas music. I think more often than not, it just doesn't seem to, I don't know, work for me. I don't know. I guess it's just not what I'm looking for when I want to celebrate the holiday. But there are some instances of rock or metal musicians doing Christmas tunes that I quite enjoy. One of them, and I was just listening to this album today, is Rob Halford's Winter Songs. I was listening to that today. That's a good album. I quite like that one. It wasn't that long ago that I actually heard it for the first time. It was like last year or the year before, I think. And I hadn't listened to that yet this year. I forgot how much I enjoyed it. But Rob's got a couple of original tracks on there. My favorite one being Christmas for Everyone, because I think that one really gives sort of the warmth and the happiness of the Christmas spirit and Christmas season, and the just sort of what Christmas is sort of all about. I think it really comes across well in that song. I really do like Light Up the World, or Light of the World as well. That one is more pertaining to Christ than this one is, but I think this one really has that Christmas spirit in it, and the bells in the song really drive it home. It really is a weird song to relate to Rob Halford, because you want to expect something like that from the lead singer of Judas Priest. But and even if you listen to some of the other songs on Winter Songs that are pretty aggressive metal songs, good. But this one just seems to be a really oddball, but I like it quite a bit. Shifting gears a little bit to my favorite Christian band of all time, Third Day, and their amazing Christmas album, Christmas Offerings, which was released in 2006. There are 4 originals on that one, my favorite of which is Born in Bethlehem, the 3rd track on the album. I think is a really nice Christmas song. And staying in the contemporary Christian category, I want to shift over to Jeremy Camp. He released a Christmas album back in 2012, I want to say it was. And there's a song on that one called God With Us, which I quite enjoy as well. So I wanted to give a quick little shout out to some of these original tracks that are a little bit more recent that I really do enjoy. But 9 times out of 10, I'm not a fan of like this more modern Christmas music. So getting into my top 10, We're going to start with The First Noel comes in at number 10. I think it's a song that has a really nice melody to it. My favorite version of the song is probably Third Days from their Christmas Offerings album. It's one of the live tracks on there, but it's a song that I really like quite a bit. Coming in at number 9, I'm going to go with Silent Night. There's a lot of instrumental versions of Silent Night out there that I quite enjoy. And one of my favorite lyrical versions actually is Sixpence None the Richer's. I really enjoy their version. And of course, there's plenty of more classic versions of Silent Night out there as well. But as far as like a more recent rendition of it, Sixpence None the Richer's I think is really good. Coming in at number 8, I'm going to go with We Three Kings. I've always liked We Three Kings quite a bit, but I never really had a go-to version of the song for whatever reason. Mannheim Steamrollers version is really nice. I've heard other just sort of odd and end versions of We Three Kings throughout the years. And I still have some of my like Christmas cassette tapes from when I was younger, and I still play them from time to time, basically for the nostalgia of it all. But there's a version on there that I quite like, but nobody's credited. I have no idea how to tell you who it is. So, but that was then when I discovered Rob Halford's version a couple years ago, and I think that is just a banging version. It's heavy, it's pretty sweet, but it works, and that is actually now my go-to version of We Three Kings. Coming in at number 7, I have What Child Is This? Another song. There's not too many renditions of What Child Is This that I don't like. Third Days is really good. Mercy Me has a pretty good version. There's not too many versions I dislike. Third Days is a standout for me, but I really love the lyrics in the song too. Like, What Child Is This? Some of my favorite lyrics in the Christmas song, and one of my favorite line from the track is nails and spears shall pierce him through, the cross he bore for me and you. Hail, hail, the Word made flesh, the babe, the son of Mary. That line of the song usually gets me, so I dig this one quite a bit. What Child Is This? Is my 7th favorite Christmas song. Coming in at number 6, I have Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. Of course, Brenda Lee's version is pretty iconic and pretty well known. I like that version a lot. There's a version on one of those old cassette tapes I have that is probably my favorite just because of the nostalgia of it. But another one that I quite like is from the Jets, not my favorite, not my second favorite football team. Of course, if they were to sing Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, I'm sure it wouldn't score very high. But it's from a British band called the Jets. There's like there's like a bunch of bands called the Jets out there. But there's this one band from Britain that had some I don't know much about them. They had some singles and some hits in the 80s. One of them was Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. I want to say 83, I think, is when it dropped. But it's a really cool version of the song, in my opinion. So Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree comes in at number 6. And no, I do not like Miley Cyrus's version. I don't do that one. So coming in at number 5, I'm going to go with O Come All Ye Faithful. Again, there's not too many versions of O Come All Ye Faithful that I don't like. Third Day's got a great one. My favorite song on Twisted Sisters, A Twisted Christmas, is their version of O Come All Ye Faithful. As much as I love Twisted Sister, that Christmas album of theirs, it was a really good album. But it was kind of hit and miss for me. There's like 5 or 6 songs on it I really love, and then just a couple that was like, I wasn't too crazy about. But O Come All Ye Faithful is a song that kind of seems to me to maybe be a little overdone sometimes. I kind of feel like any contemporary Christian artist that releases a Christmas album, you can always count on the fact that they're going to have that song on there. And for whatever reason, the church that I used to go to, they when Christmas time would come, like from Thanksgiving to Christmas, every single day or night, every single church service, they would play O Come All Ye Faithful. Every single one. Every other Christmas song they did would vary, but they played O Come All Ye Faithful like clockwork. So it's a great song, though. I think maybe just the overplayedness of it probably knocks it down a notch or two for me, but I really love the track. I can't complain too much because I would much rather O Come All Ye Faithful be played every 7 minutes than Last Christmas. I can tell you that right now. So O Come All Ye Faithful comes in at number 5. Number 4, Oh Holy Night. what a powerful Christmas song. I think the lyrics are fantastic, and there's a lot of great versions of this one out there as well. Cutlass has a really great version where I think John Micah Summerall really probably gives forth maybe his best vocal performance, because he really puts his heart and soul into that track, and it's just really, really heartfelt and really moving. Third Day's version is amazing as well. Their version kind of moves along a little bit quicker, but by the time you get to the point in the song where Matt kind of does his, he doesn't really scream, but he kind of holds the note on "Oh Night Divine" at the end of the song, and it hits pretty well. I like Rob Halford's version quite a bit too. So "Oh Holy Night" I think is a great song. It's my fourth favorite. So there is a little bit of a separation now. I think my top three are pretty significantly my top three. And number three for me is "Joy to the World." I actually really like this song better when it's done in a more upbeat rendition, or like a more faster pace. I've heard, of course, most versions of "Joy to the World" are a little bit slower in pace, but I've heard a few versions where it's sped up. My personal favorite is Mannheim Steamrollers, because it's just really upbeat. It really, I don't know. I just always really enjoyed it. It's my favorite Mannheim Steamroller track, actually. So, "Joy to the World," my third favorite Christmas song of all time. My second favorite is "Hark the Herald Angels Sing," another song the lyrics I just really, really love. And as much as I love the song, it's my second favorite Christmas song of all time. I don't really have a go-to version of it. There's really good versions out there. Jeremy Camp's got a really good version of it. I'm drawing a blank, but for me, "Hark the Herald Angels Sing" is like the ultimate song that I enjoy just sort of singing in church. It's really got a nice sort of, I don't know, just something about being in church, and kind of in my mind's eye, I like to picture the candlelight service and just kind of imagine everybody singing along to "Hark the Herald Angels Sing." That is, like, to me, what the song makes me think of and kind of reminds me about. Mannheim Steamrollers version's really good as well. So "Hark the Herald Angels Sing" is my second favorite Christmas song of all time. But my favorite Christmas song of all is "Angels We Have Heard on High." There's about no version of this song that I dislike. Any version that is anywhere remotely close to the traditional sound of it, I tend to love. I think I've heard one or two where people just kind of get really off doing their own thing, and it just makes me wish they would have played it more traditionally. But I love "Angels We Have Heard on High." Again, the lyrics are great. I love the chorus, the "Gloria," that part there, which I shouldn't sing because I can't, but still. That just, every time the chorus in that song hits, it doesn't matter what version of it is, that's kind of what gets me going the most. Third Day's got a great version. Mannheim Steamroller has a great version. Chris Tomlin's got a great version. A lot of great traditional versions out there. "Angels We Have Heard on High," love that song. That's my favorite Christmas song of all time. Let me know in the comments below your favorite Christmas song. This is the last video that I am recording before Christmas, so I want to take this time to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I hope you all have a great holiday, however or wherever you may be spending it. I will be posting 2 videos on Christmas Eve to celebrate my first year on YouTube. I already have those videos recorded and ready to go. It's my favorite bands of all time, my top 30 favorite bands of all time, and re-ranking the Kiss studio albums. So if you're so inclined, I would appreciate if you check those out when you get the chance. So until next time, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. If I do or don't get to recording videos before New Year's, I wish you all Happy New Year's, and see you all in 2024. Thank you all for being my part of this journey, the first year of YouTube. For me, I appreciate each and every one of you that subscribe, like, comment, and have made this a lot of fun for me to do. So thank you all very much. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I will catch you in the next video.